Why did you refuse to be the Ascal's head coach countless times?
I've been there, done that. Too much politics, like I said. Like I posted one time a few days ago, coaching is a thankless job. With what's happening with Michael Weiss, we talked about it already before, personally, one-on-one, and I said, it happens. And I said, you should know that because you worked also somewhere in other countries as well. There's no such thing as a permanent job in coaching, in any sport.
Hey everybody, welcome to the second episode of the second season of Hands On. We're back. It's been a week hiatus?
Yep.
For us. Parang feeling ko sobrang tagal na eh.
Yeah. I miss this place.
Yeah, so many things have happened in the last, 2 weeks. We had the Malaysian friendly, we had the Azerbaijan friendly. We've had so many transfers in the UFL because the transfer window is open from March 1 until the 31st. What else is going on here? We have the Clear Dream Match 3 that has been announced already. Paul Scholes and Andy Cole coming in. Glory, glory, Man United.
The UFL Youth?
Yeah, UFL Youth is underway.
Underway with more problems again?
So many things to talk about. So let's get started right off the bat. Of course, we have some special guests on the show. I think it's the first time, 3 people.
Yep.
The most number of guests that we've ever had on the
Ayoko
program.
sabihin Trilos Bobos eh. Pwede na dapat ngayon eh. 4 sila dati eh. Ngayon Trilos Bobos na lang.
So we were going to talk to them, interview them in depth a little later on. But as you all know, the first part of our program now is called The Rundown. And we're going to be running down all the important things that have happened in Philippine football in the last couple of weeks. All right, so also joining us for the rundown, we might as well get you guys in, right? I mean, you guys watched some of the games. We would love to hear your opinions as well. So we've got Paulus, Michael, or Mike, if you'd like to call him, and Nicholas, or Nich Reyes, the 3 brothers of Team Socceroo. They're here on the show today, and we're going to be talking about their club, their history together and all of that. But of course, like we said, starting things off with
Teka
the
mo,
rundown.
magkakapatid ba kayo talaga? At sa monitor, hindi kayo magkamukha. Ano yung sinasabi nila? My brother from a different mother? Joke lang, Mrs. Reyes.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Joke only. Okay, so let's start off with, we're going to mix the 12th man as well on this one. Nico Real, or Nico Real.
He's real. Man.
Yeah. He hit us up on Twitter. His question is, how about your thoughts on the recent friendlies? Obviously talking about Malaysia, which we played on
well, you know
the 3rd.
It's not being,
Or is it
it's
first?
not patronizing the Ascals, especially not patronizing Thomas Dooley.
Yeah.
But what happened with our friend against Malaysia is short of a miracle, considering they only had 4 sessions.
Yeah.
When Thomas was guesting here, he was too modest. Doesn't fit you, man. He was too modest saying that he had sessions, but the public didn't know that only 4 sessions before they left for Malaysia. 4.
Wow.
And that 4 was something like a tryout phase because he had to choose.
Right.
Okay, so
Hindi pa yung complete selection niya.
No, that's not
drilling
meant-
your
yeah,
system.
yes.
It's not like that.
there were 30 plus players, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not an easy task for a coach. A short time, but what he has done, what Thomas Dooley has done, is he has instilled that the principle of play that he wanted from the Ascals. And what is good is the Ascals, the players, they reciprocated. And they've done it. I mean, claro, you can see it in the game. No one can deny that. No one can deny it. Even I mean, I'm going ahead of myself, but even Bertie Vox said that the Philippine team is a very awesome team.
No.
And his bet in the Challenge Cup is Philippines.
Yeah.
To win it all.
Now, I haven't had a chance to see the games. I was away on the weekend that happened, which is really unfortunate. I'm gonna beg for somebody to please give me a copy of that. Wala akong balls channel sa bahay. So
Tapos sasabihin mo, wala kang balls.
wala replay. But from the reactions that I read on Twitter, which a lot of people were talking about the game, 100% positive reviews. 100% everybody impressed with the style of play. Not even the result is just a part of the story. 0-0 against Malaysia, but it was how we played. How?
And not on the way we played, but Thomas Dooley, well, of course he didn't know, but he had, talking about balls, he had the balls to put 4 new ones.
New ones, yeah.
Patrick Tato as between the posts.
Simon Rota.
Rota, which I'm glad because I really wanted him when first time I saw him play. I said this guy should play
He played right back.
in the right or
Yeah.
was a wing back.
Yeah.
And then Balot.
Balot, yeah.
Balot.
Well, we're happy also for Balot. He's come back after all his injuries and all that. He's
Yeah.
still come back and he did pretty well. And who's the other one?
Mark Hartman's back.
No. I'm on the new from the first
Stubble.
11.
Stubble?
Stubble. Yeah.
Stubble.
Stubble. I don't know.
Struble. I don't know, man. There's been so many ways to pronounce
Basta,
it.
big Swiss. Kilala niya na.
Yeah.
I mean, and he played a very good role. I mean, in the center mid.
Uh-huh.
And he handled himself pretty well. Of course, I'm going to be biased. Everybody said also player of the match, without a doubt. I mean, not because he's my boy, but the whole Philippines saw and whole Malaysia saw because I read some tweets or some how do you say local Malaysian press talking about Patrick Tato.
Wow.
Okay.
He was on the Inquirer, the Bulletin, the Star,
Everywhere.
the day after.
Everywhere. Facebook, tweet, everything.
Yeah.
I just like to say, okay, when he's 14, I said I will make you the first keeper of the national team. Enough said.
Di ako magayabang, ha?
Di ako magayabang.
Pero, no 14 siya.
Patrick Tato was midfielder before he got to me. Elementary, he played as a midfielder.
Also on that day, we had debuts to Kenshio Daniels.
Yep.
Had his first run out. Anton De Rosario came back into the
Yes.
national team setup. Like we already mentioned, Ruben Doctora, OJ Porteria got a run out as well. Patrick Reichel back from Thailand, playing
Ceres
as well.
now.
Yeah, with Ceres. So yeah, you know, it's not the usual
No.
lineup that he put out, and they performed really, really well.
Everyone.
Mark Hartman's back as well. So
Everyone. All the players that Thomas used against Malaysia, they did a good job. I mean, you know, Kenshiro, first timer, young, not really heavy built,
not yet.
but you can see him play. He played his guts out. Same with Rota. Rota, he's not a young guy.
No, 29, I think.
But
28.
yeah, he's 29. But you know, it's different when you play for a club in front of the same crowds. But when you play for a national team, away, and you could hear the Malaysians, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're one of the craziest, like the Indonesians.
Nagbato pa sila ng flare.
Yeah, that's a protest to the Football Association of Malaysia.
But Malaysia played their A team,
They
right?
did, yes.
They played their
Yes,
A team. Now,
complete.
there's no disrespect to the players who came out and represented us against Malaysia, but when you look at the lineup, that's not our A team, right? That's not our A team. Far from it.
We don't have an A team yet.
That's true. But I mean, we're talking about, we don't have the players that come in and represented us on the highest level. We're talking about Stefan Schrock.
Yeah.
They didn't have Jerry Lucena yet.
Yeah.
We didn't have Javier Patino on that lineup.
Yes.
So it's not what would you say, like yung pinaka natin na team. It's not, right?
No,
Not yet.
not
But
yet.
they performed at a level that was really good.
What I see here, like remember when we talked with Thomas when he was
Yeah.
our guest, it's a good problem for a coach. It's a nice problem when you have players wherein you can put them anytime, anywhere, and you know they're gonna
Right.
perform. That's one thing a good coach needs also is a confidence in his players. You know, like Thomas says, he never gets mad. Remember, I was trying to get him.
Yeah.
Because he is so
Relaxed.
relaxed.
Yeah.
I hate that. I've been watching Thomas. Anyway, but the thing, what you know, what really, if you give, how do you say, the applause, I would give Thomas Dooley a standing ovation. You know, I mean, 4 sessions,
Grabe.
and you don't even know who your first players are. 4 sessions. So Bale, they only had 5. Because I'm sure they had 1 training session before
Bago
they played,
naging.
you know, when they got to Malaysia. Okay? And they, against Azerbaijan, I think they had only 6 or 7 sessions together. And that's with 3 newcomers coming in. I mean, not newcomers, I mean, new additions.
Right.
Shrocky, Patino and Javi
Lucena.
and Jerry, yeah. So, you know, this also says a lot. I've said too much about Thomas Dooley already. Thomas, tama na. It's all you na eh. Let's go to the players. credit also is given to the players who understood the coach.
Yeah.
And they reciprocated well. It is not easy to get into a team. I mean, all of us know this. You guys are still playing. I've played before. I coach. Nick, you're managing and all that. You played. All of you guys played. Actually,
Play under you.
Don't say that anymore. They'll say again. Anyway, it's not easy for a player, especially a team that have been together. A lot of them were together. I mean, we had new additions to the tryouts, 32, 34 players, right? So, for them to understand a new coach, okay, not knowing what kind of principle of play he has, then to reciprocate and to show it. Because I remembered, and before we even asked Phil and James here, when there was that hula baloo thing about replacing Michael Wise, and I remembered watching news, I think sports news, wherein Phil said that he would like to see an attacking game wherein from the back line is being possession ball being brought on transition. What's happening now?
Precisely the same.
Exactly. So that's why Phil was not even 100% against Malaysia.
I'm surprised that he started, actually.
Yeah, I was
mean,
surprised. I said, huh?
he had missed 2 straight Loyola games.
Yes.
He wasn't 100%, no way,
Yeah.
right? But he came out and he performed. He played what? 90 minutes. No, he got subbed off in the 87th. So he still played almost the entire game.
Guys, if you're all wondering why Phil got to play and James didn't, James was in a worse position regarding injuries than Phil. So Phil was maybe 80%. James was nowhere.
I think the most important thing as well that we have to mention about the Malaysia game is the fact that 9 out of 11 players play in the UFL. These are local players who are playing here in our league.
Local.
Week in, week out, you play them. You see them play every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yes.
You know, that a lot of people are still talking about how the level of play in the UFL is not that great. Right? It's not at such a high level that they want it to be.
Who's saying that?
But
Basketball people, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
Oh.
But when you look at it, though, this is the quality of the players that we have on tap on a regular basis. I mean, when you're looking at the lineup against Malaysia, everybody is from the UFL except for Wani Guirado and Rob Gear. Everybody plays here in the Philippines. So and we played against a top-notch Malaysia team, and it was a 0-0.
Actually, it's only because Wani already played here.
Yeah, it's true, but he does. I mean,
Wani played
now. I mean,
local,
if we're talking about now, if we're going to
Only
include,
Rob that hasn't played.
yeah, that's
So
incredible.
it's 10.
Wild, right?
10.
That's great.
10 out of the first 11 are playing or has played in the UFL.
UFL.
Pag tinignan mo yung dalawang results from a from a wider perspective, and you only look at the results, it's a 0-0 against Malaysia, and then it's a 0-1 against Azerbaijan. FIFA rankings, you can look at them as important, or you can also look at them as somewhat a skewed look at how the teams fare, because Malaysia is 150, we're 127, but Malaysia's a great team.
Yeah.
They have great development and everything. You look at Azerbaijan, they're at least 30. They're like 30 places ahead of us, right? More than 30 places ahead of us, and we only lost 0-1. They have the experience of playing against
Russia.
And the likes of Portugal. You know what I mean? So they drew Russia.
They drew Russia, and I think they lost to Portugal 2-1.
It's a good team.
I mean, they're huge giants, Konya. The goal was walang vuelo. The guy who scored the header didn't even have to run to his takeoff. He just jumped. Because this guy's I think about 6'4". That striker's about 6'4",
Right.
and he's not just 6'4". He's built. I mean, if you can see those you watch on TV, you can see that almost all of them, 90%, were all well built, good height. I mean, typical European playing against our boys. But you know what? We're jumping the gun anyway, so let's go to our.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because now there's another positive note for Philippine football is they can mix it up with the best of them.
Yeah.
Meaning, if it's physicality that you're talking about, who had more falls? I think it was 50-50. I mean, I'm not saying that we're playing dirty, but I'm saying is
We
now
stepped
the
up.
Philippine team are standing up to the bigger opponents, bigger, stronger opponents. And not like before, sorry guys, the mga dating Philippine team players, aminin lang natin, even when we play against Southeast Asian countries lang, when it comes to banging, it's the Filipino who does the Darna. Now, a lot of the other teams are the ones doing the Darna thing. You know Darna, di ba? Lumilipad. Okay. So, against in Malaysia. I mean, you see, but I also credit this, again, I'd like to say again, I will credit this to our foreign players here in the UFL and the field foreigners. Because they showed that's part of the development that they have helped for Philippine football, showing the way it's supposed to be played. Because usually, normally before, aminin nyo, pag binabangga kayo, napipikon kayo, babawi kayo. Right? At kung bumawi kayo, halata, bawi, yellow card, red card. Now, because of what these guys have brought here to the Philippine shores, is part, besides the skill, technique, and things like that, and the way you play, principles of play, is also the physicality. Because now you can see a lot happening now. I mean, you don't see too much of how you say people getting pikon. It's one man up shit. Now that's the way it is anyway. It's something else. If I slug you, that's not in part of the game. But if I tackle you hard and I get the ball at the same time, this is what the Philippines have been learning also. Because like we just said, we have 10 from the first 11 that have played or are still playing in the UFL, local football. And banging against Azerbaijan, my God. If we were talking about decades ago, you play a team like Azerbaijan, I think they all try to play physical, but only trying to hurt the other guy.
Right.
Not trying to beat him, you know?
We played Kuwait not too long ago. We lost that game.
Yeah.
This is arguably a better team in Azerbaijan. We only lost by 1 goal, and considering how I read the comments on the second half, we were actually on top in the second half. Now you guys watched the game as well, right? You've watched since 2010 the rise of Philippine football from a team that defended for their lives on a regular basis. That's how we got to the semifinals of the Suzuki Cup. We transitioned to Hans Michael Weiss, and we were able to compete a little bit stronger than we did in 2010. And now watching Azerbaijan, what does that feel like in terms of the progression of the Philippine team? Any one of you guys can answer.
Well, Azerbaijan is ranked on number 93. I think 93, and 93. Philippines from 190 something now 127 is a big jump for a big statement for Philippines, you know. And playing Azerbaijan, what I know is it lost to Germany 1-0, and losing to Germany, a superpower in football, is something 1-0, and us losing 1-0 to Germany. So there is a huge improvement, and
I think Portugal played against the same team. It was 3-0.
3-0, not 2-1.
Not 2-1.
And we almost equalized on the last few minutes.
Yeah.
We almost equalized. Missed timing now, and as what Coach Hans said, 4 training sessions. 4 training sessions, and then the team was assembled like a month. The roster was finalized. Give it a few weeks or a month. So knowing that,
What's more to come?
it's so much potential, so much excitement behind it. The problem was the game was played at 10:30, 11.
Late.
11.
Pero if you play it at 8 p.m. prime time, my goodness, all the kids will be like different style of Filipino. And kids from high school, grade school will emulate these boys, these national team players, which is the model now. Before we used to play long balls. Now lots of short balls. When you see Patrick Dato playing, the connecting short ball to the side and then finishing with a attempt on goal on the other side, says a lot.
A lot has to be said about Dan Palami as well. I mean, that decision was met with a lot of criticism. Why are you shuffling things 5 months before the biggest tournament of your country? Challenge Cup is coming. Why would you ruffle a system that's already proving to be successful as you moved up to 127? But we've seen Coach Thomas Dooley move in now, and we're seeing just how far apart the two systems are, right? I mean,
you know, as a manager, you need to make these decisions.
The
hard one.
You know, it's and Dan's a businessman. Managing is business. This is what I told Michael Weiss before. It's a businessman. You know, you gotta take it, or don't even stay if you can't take. You know, it's how you do, how you manage. That's why, you know, in Europe, they're not being called coaches, they're being called managers.
Managers.
Okay? I don't know if our Southeast Asian neighbors are still called coaches or managers. Thailand, I know for a fact, is manager. You see, but what Dan had to do is maybe he saw some things, and maybe there were also some additional factors that we don't know of, and which is better to leave, leave it as is. We never know, but people have got to realize and they have to respect whatever when basketball, in the PBA, when people transfer level, you hear anything?
I wouldn't know.
No, I mean, there's nothing. Now, football is just picking up. And then, great things are happening, big things are happening for us. And then somebody makes a good move, it could have been a bad move, it's a gamble.
It could have been a bad move.
No. Dan has,
That was a gamble.
how to say, admitted, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
He had to take the gamble. You know, but you need to take a gamble. All of us have to take gambles one time, depending on our decisions.
Clearly then, at the time when he made the gamble, he felt that maybe we weren't there yet. We needed to shake things up in order to get somewhere else. Really quickly, does everybody agree that the gamble has paid off?
Oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Pag may tao na nag-isip na hindi, tanga na yun. Wala ka lang sa football.
Now, when you're talking about the style of play as well, how important is it that we're playing this style of football now? I mean, because now the sport becomes attractive, doesn't it? I mean, before you win, but if you play ugly and you get the results, only the football people are happy, right? But now when you're watching it and you're getting entertained by the way the game is played, now if you're a 7-9-year-old, you're sitting at home, you're like, damn,
it's entertaining.
that's beautiful. That's pretty slick.
You know, that's why, remember, I always say, football is a sport that's called the beautiful sport.
Beautiful game.
Beautiful game, sorry. Actually, I'm beautiful mind. Anyway, thank you, Pinaya mo na naman ako. Can we change the co-host? No, what I'm saying is, now that the Philippine football you can say now, because like what Paul said earlier, bigger things to happen.
Yes.
Imposible na magiging babalik tayo sa dati. Tinagalog ko na lang to para hindi marinig ng isang coach dati. Okay, hindi. What I'm saying is, kasi like the Twitter account, a tweet that I read, tiki-taka in the Philippines, why not?
Yeah.
Pwede.
I forgot your name, sorry. Tagal na yan eh. He tweeted after the Malaysia friendly.
Right. Yeah, I saw that too.
And natuwa ko dun sa tweet na yan because, this is the first time that I've seen the Philippine team play like that. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 possession. Confidence in putting the ball back, then attacking, bring it here, sweet. You know, I mean, and using the keeper as well, playing back, you know, not just push, but you cannot go here, they go back here. You cannot go past to Rob, go to keeper changes it. So, that's what makes football the beautiful game. And now, Philippines can be proud to say, you know, they can say na, we're really part of that already. Hindi yung, like you said earlier, may mga teams na, nananalo, pero puta, puro kabisada. Long ball, sprint, boom, goal, chamba, goal. Okay, tama na. Now, it's real football. The game is really being played.
Right.
Not that it's not being played during Michael Weiss time. Michael, how are you?
Hi. Hello.
Okay, but the thing, in all fairness to Michael Weiss, he started it.
Yeah.
But Dan, since we're talking about management, but Dan maybe saw that, maybe I don't know, maybe he thought na at our last stages before this Challenge Cup is parang hindi nag-move forward na yung team. Ganun pa rin yung laro. But since we're moving to a higher level now, this is the highest tournament I think that we've been to, right?
Well, we went to the Challenge Cup last year.
No, I mean, yeah, but now we have the chance.
Yeah, this is it.
Going
This
to
is
the Asian.
Yeah, this is a huge one.
That's why.
Yeah.
So maybe Dan, as a manager, saw something that he, needs changes. Wherein, but he was choosing between Thomas Dooley and who's the other one?
Serbian.
The Serbian from Singapore.
Yeah.
Radmanovic.
Yeah.
What's his name?
But he was already nauna ang
Myanmar?
Myanmar, Cambodia, whatever. One of those.
How horrible, right? Yeah, one of those guys.
Yeah, one of those guys. Anyway, hindi man nila nanonood eh. Hindi man maintindihan English eh. Okay lang yan. Puto mo, na muna na. Okay. Anyway. Oh, by the way, hands-on is already being shown all over.
It's been being shown.
And thank you for that comment that somebody said, can you please tell Coach Hans not to curse too much? Not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you remember,
Kasama na yan.
I want to say hello to Coach Mayor Rosen, actually. He's in Europe right now, and you let me know that he's been watching the shows, and he's been enjoying it.
Coach who?
Mayor Rosen.
Maor!
Yeah.
Hey, Maor! Did your hair grow? No, not yet. Okay. Kalbo ka pa rin.
That's great, though. I mean, I think he's working with Werder Bremen now, so yeah, it's very interesting.
Good job, Maor.
Nice, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from the friendlies. We're all very impressed with how they've come so far, how we've performed so far. We have a couple more coming in April. We have two or three friendlies that are coming in April, so that should be an interesting thing to see as well, because now he'll have more time with his selection of players.
Like I said, he's got a very nice problem.
Yes.
Good problem. I mean, the 32 plus, those who are still playing abroad, that's almost 40 players. I mean, come on.
I like how the
Coach
fact.
should love that problem.
I like how the fact that now the people who are playing abroad, in Europe, their place is not as secure as it once was.
Yeah.
Because now
Yes.
you're going to be able to. Thomas is going to be watching these guys week in, week out now, and they're going to be performing at a level is going to be above what it was before, because they know selection is on the line, right? So it's going to be a lot more on the line for these players as well.
Yeah.
And if you come from an international, or let's say if you come from Europe, pakita ka sa training, tapos hindi masyado maganda yung pinakita mo, dude, you could be on the bench.
Yeah.
So,
And remember what Thomas was saying always about, which I said, which I like and which I also follow. I mean, I follow that belief. He likes a player who plays for the rest.
Team player.
Yeah.
Yun ba? You can see that in the game. The passing, yung wala ng OJ didn't anymore do his flashy moves anymore. Because instructions are maybe play team.
Quick release.
Quick release, go, move.
Yeah.
Okay? But of course, sometimes it will be good also, somebody like OJ, you sometimes let go of the leash.
Creativity.
Just
Some
move and let go. He
creativity.
needs that. And every coach in football, I think, knows that. And they understand that. And I always say, if you're playing one-on-one, go ahead. Try to beat your man. But be the smarter player.
yeah.
Okay? So, come on, if you're playing one-on-one and you pass back na naman, what for? But it's stupid. You might as well go, especially if you're a very good dribbler, quick,
Right.
like OJ can. So, I think, I'm really, genuinely, sincerely excited to see their next friendly.
Yes.
Because that is going to be even more awesome than the last two.
Sana,
For sure.
sana nandito ako. Sana mapapanood ko siya,
Nandito kami lang ng football. Papasarap sa mga big shorts sa Thailand.
It was Malisibo first, then Phuket. Now let's talk about Clear Dream Match 3. It's happening in June. Yeah, yesterday, 2 days ago, it was announced that Paul Scholes is coming over to the Philippines, as well as Andy Cole.
Andy Cole.
These guys are freaking legends, man. I'm a huge.
You only knew that last week?
Oh, no, No. Oh, come on. You can't do that. I mean, I knew that a long time ago, but you gotta keep the secret, we would have been in trouble. But I'm a huge.
You would.
Yeah, I would. I'm a huge Manchester United fan. You guys are Barca fans, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Barca fans, which I hate.
Crispa.
I'm a huge Manchester United fan since I was a kid, since I was 10 years old. And these are the names that I learned about football with. These are the guys that I knew. I could name that 11 as a child. Andy Cole, Dwight York, Paul Scholes, Giggs, Roy Keane, David Beckham. This is the team. And now I get to watch Paul Scholes here in the Philippines. That's nuts. You're talking about some of the best midfielders of this generation. Wow. He's up there. Xavi says it. Zinedine Zidane said it. Ronaldo said it. That this is one of the most gifted players to ever play the game. And we're going to get a chance to see that in June. But the cool thing about this Clear Dream match is it's not just going to be the situation that it was last year, where it was just a whole bunch of UFL players, and then throw in Weiss, is his name, right? Dennis Weiss, and Fabio Cannavaro, right? Now we're going to actually have some kids. We're flying out a week from now to go to Iloilo and Cebu.
Cebu, Iloilo,
Yeah,
Davao.
to check out and try out some of these. They're 17 and above, but still young footballers around the Philippines who are going to qualify for the Manchester United soccer training camp. And then some of those guys will be selected to play in the actual game with Paulus Reyes. 6 of them. Wow.
6 of these kids that are from the 32.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're chosen
Wow.
to play in that clear dream match.
Yeah.
So most probably 3 with Team James, 3 with Team Phil.
And you're talking about trying to inspire a younger generation. And you get to play against the best UFL players. You get to play against Paul Scholes and Andy Cole. And
Just imagine, these guys, the UFL boys, will already be starstruck when they see these two.
yeah.
What more these
What
kids?
more for you?
If they know anything about these players.
and you're playing in a packed stadium. It's going to be a packed stadium for sure.
Now, I hope, no, if it's in the first week of June,
Yeah.
I think Rizal
Rizal
will be available.
Nice.
That'll be a good venue.
Oh,
Diba, Executive Director Attorney Iroy, you promised me April I can start training again.
Nakita ka.
So,
see?
tapos ano na yan ha? Hindi na siguro babahayin yon.
Ay, pag nagbaha na, patay na ang buong Pilipinas. Pinahapa yan. That's the first thing that they did with the Rizal football field. They fixed up the drainage.
Perfect.
There were some humps along the way, which should have been finished months ago.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, as long as it's done, and it's going to be FIFA rate 2,
So 2-star.
Two-star?
fee.
Why do people love correcting me all the time?
I was
niyo ako eh.
I was looking at you.
Kunyari lang sabihin niya,
Rate 2.
Tama.
what's rate 2 and rate 1? I don't care. As long as it's FIFA approved.
Yeah.
And they will be using the new granules. Okay, so and I think the measurements I think will be even a little bit more.
Kutsa mamaya, paglabas niyan, Emperador Stadium size na naman yan.
No.
Ay, sakit sa ulo nun.
No. If it doesn't work out, just wait for a few years. I'll show you my 2 fields in Lasal Canlubang.
Okay.
Wow.
We gotta wrap up this rundown, but there has been a new development that we need to talk about, and you guys can you can share your opinion on it as well. This was brought to us by Jin De Vera on Facebook, and a lot of people have been talking about this online as well on Twitter. There's a ban on players from playing in the UFL if they haven't played in the NCAA. I just learned about this a couple of days ago. And this is the face that I made. Like, what? I don't know. Baka nagkakamali lang sila sa pag-tweet, you know? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, Mike Limpag, Jonathan Defensor de Luzuriaga, thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts as well. And they really want to discuss this. Rules of the UAAP, NCAA, school leagues in the football development in light of rise of the UFL and PFF grassroots. So there's been a lot of efforts for grassroots development, right? PFF, like you said, in the UFL, with the UFL youth. I think you'd be the better one to explain what the situation
Before
is.
anybody else says, I know for a fact that the PFF Philippine football was awarded special honor from AFC for the grassroots.
Wasn't it FIFA who gave us?
FIFA.
Oh yeah, but
AFC is FIFA.
yeah, we won an award for our grassroots program.
And
Efforts.
then here we are. Some people are trying to kill youth development, and I do mean kill.
Yeah.
For something actually that you don't understand. Why? Well, the rule is.
Okay, there. Perfect.
The rule is, from what I know from my friends in the NCAA.
And please correct us if you guys. We're
Yes,
online.
please,
We're
go
on
on.
Facebook, Hands On Facebook, and on Twitter, it's Hands On NMF. So you guys can hit us up there if we say anything incorrect. All right?
Yeah.
Please.
NCAA Mancom members, you can always come in and correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, but we're gonna give you our opinions based on our knowledge.
Yeah.
All right, go
What
ahead.
we know of is, as long as you haven't played yet in the NCAA, you are not allowed to play anywhere else. Understandably, if you play for another school, which is in the NCAA, definitely that's a no-no. Understood. If you're getting paid, then you lose the right to be called an amateur.
Right.
And being a professional, it's not fair to be playing against amateurs, and we're talking about student amateurs.
Right.
Okay? Now, why will even 8 and 7-year-olds be affected here? This I don't understand. We opened the UFL Youth this Saturday, just last Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even on the day itself, phones were ringing, texts here, there, everywhere, emails from parents of these kids. Okay? Number one, I feel sorry for these kids and for the parents who are trying to push the kids to be the best that they can in the sport of football. Where else do you start except with grassroots? Under 9 is grassroots. Okay? For you not to be allowed to play for another team, club, or have you, give me one good reason why. Why? There is no NCAA elementary division. It's all high school juniors and then seniors. Okay? So why will be 9-year-olds, 8-year-olds be affected here? How many years before they get to high school? 8 years.
Yeah, and you could be playing already, how many years in the UFL Youth?
And being able to play for other clubs, being in competition. This is summertime. And summertime is the best time for the kids to go out. Instead of spending money on going to the beach or what have you, they're here honing up the skills, being a better person, being a better player in football. But they're stopped because of a crazy rule. Okay? Hopefully, some people in the NCAA Mancom will see the light and understand it. Folks, you need to be into sports development, youth programs. Okay? Don't think for yourselves. What are you guys afraid of? That's the only one thing I can understand. What are you guys afraid of?
Yeah.
Letting these young kids play.
So if you're 9 years old, right? It's summer.
Yes.
You get invited, or you're pretty good, you're pretty decent. You want to play for Team Socceroo, right?
Yeah. Soccer.
So you play for Team Socceroo, and then you find out about this rule, and then you're a little older now. Let's say 2 years after, you might be able to play for your team in Green Hills, let's say, right? LaSalle Green Hills is part of the NCAA. They're gonna say, "Oh, dude, sorry, man, you can't because you played for the UFL." That is fucking stupid.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, man. He's the one who does the swearing around here, but I found out about it and I was like, that's ridiculous. That's so backward.
It is.
Right?
I mean, now that football's coming up, everybody's got to be in the same page.
Yeah.
You know, players like OJ, Porteria, Chris Greatwich, Anton, and all the rest, including Patrick Dato, Balot, Chifi, whoever you can name. Where did you guys think they started? Where do you think they started? They started in school. After school, there are clubs. Like you said, we're so backward. You know, in other countries, there's a school team. Okay, Paulus is playing, let's say, for Southridge. Good, no problem. He'll play with the varsity. Let's say the training, there's MWF. There's a club, community club, that is chosen to play for let's say, Alabang Hills area or what have you, barangay, whatever. Okay? They train Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. As long as his academics is not being affected. Why not?
No problem.
Yeah.
He's training 6 days a week. And then on a Sunday, that's where you see the fruits of your labor. Okay. Now, these kids are continuously training. Parents have to bring them out. Parents wait and watch the kids, especially the grassroots ages. They train to be a better player
Yeah.
for the school. And then later on, when they reach the right time for the league that the school has, that only has that age group, let's say in the NCAA juniors, to only be told that you cannot play and represent Southridge or LaSalle Green Hills because you played already for somebody else.
Yeah.
What is the connection there?
You're being punished for wanting to
Be a better player.
improve faster than everybody else, right? I
They should be rewarded actually.
yeah.
Instead of being punished.
Ay, kapag sa basketball, hindi naman problema yan eh. Like, summer liga, parati naman meron eh, diba? You come out, after your school year, you're playing in Merville or you're playing wherever, right? In Makati. And then afterwards you go back and then you play for the varsity team
Why don't
again.
they just do everything else now?
Yeah.
Summer, there's so many basketball in every barangay, 3-on-3s, 5-on-5, 4-on-4. Okay? Where do these kids get to the schools? They play there in the streets. That's where they improve their game.
Street
Okay?
skills.
Street smarts, toughness, and they learn it from the streets. Then that gave them a chance to get a better life, getting a scholarship to college or even high school, because they're strong athletes. Then now, you will say they cannot play. Baka tanggalin lang yung NCAA, UAP, everybody just plays na lang.
Well, the interesting thing is one of the suggestions that's coming out is if this continues, this type of mindset, ang mangyayari in the future when the clubs have more money, they're going to be like, dude, fuck it, don't play for your school.
Yeah.
I'll sponsor your education. You come play for us. Just play for us every day. We'll develop you from under 9 until you make it to the senior team. We'll sponsor you. That might happen, you know. And then you have these incredible kids who's not even going to bother playing for the NCAA anymore. UAP.
The brothers are here, Socceroo example. Team Socceroo has found a 12-year-old, not well-to-do. Okay? They sponsor this kid. They train him for free, they feed him, and they put him in a school, whether it's public or private school, the club takes care of it. Right? Nakita ng Lasal Green Hills or San Beda or whatever, no? I'm sure these guys, the brothers, will not hold them down. Will hold the kid down. Because them football, play, boom, scholarship.
Yeah.
Pagdating ng panahon na maglaro para sa NCAA, ay hindi ka pwede, boy, sorry. Bakit ho? Eh, naglaro ka na sa Team Socceroo. Nga.
Ano naman, di ba?
Eh, anong
Kinalaman
connect
yun.
nun?
So that's the situation we're in right now. I mean, parang it's more of like confusion. Why is this happening? Why would you want to hold back kids who just want to play?
Could it be because of the basketball setup?
What is that?
Most of the time.
Enlighten us.
Most of the
Could be a
time,
basketball
yes.
setup. Yung mentality is the basketball. So if you can't play for a ball club na basketball, hindi ka pwede maglaro sa PBA pa. So you hold them back. So maybe the lack of knowledge of how football clubs are in Europe or in South America, na schools are very proud. They even call up the kids in front of the school. This is the boy that made it to Team Socceroo Football Club. Palakpakan natin. This is the boy who went to Barcelona. Just give him a hand. Pero here, you put him aside. You play for this club, you put him aside. So there's a lack of understanding of how sports clubs or sports
Not just understanding, like it's also education.
education. Yeah. So I think this is something that it's a good problem actually. I welcome it because this is how we weed it out.
Yeah.
This is how we weed it out. No.
Now it gets tackled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before hindi napapansin, and now because of it happening, we're gonna do something about it. Right, Coach Hans? You're gonna do something. We're gonna do something about that, right?
We need to do something about it.
All right.
But you know, I don't think that what you said, Mike, what was that earlier? Now it came out, the problem came out. No, I mean this is common sense.
Okay.
People, I'm sorry if I'm stepping on anybody, which I always do anyway. So it's normal for me to step on you guys. If you are in a sports organization, then you should know something about sports development. Holding back youth players just because they wanted to play more football is not helping development any. What are you guys afraid of? Let me repeat. You know what? Again, if a player, whether college, high school, I don't care, is getting paid for the services rendered to the club, okay, fine. I agree with you on not allowing him to play in the UAP, NCAA, what have you, because that's a school thing, amateurism. You get paid, you're a professional. Fine. But whoever freaking heard of a 9-year-old, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old playing in the youth league, which is clearly been said in the papers, in blogs, everywhere, is a youth developmental league
Developmental.
done by the United Football League. Buti na nga may UFL na tumutulong para gumawa ng na something for the youth.
Summer.
Okay? And it's only summer naman eh.
Yeah, summer.
It's not like they're playing in the first division
Right.
or second division where they get salaries.
You know anything?
Okay? Wala. You know, I'll tell you, there are kids that come from Los Baños, or let's just say Laguna, from Cavite, from Batangas, to come down to Manila just to train with a certain club so they'll be able to play in the UFL League, Youth League.
Ito Cagayan, de Oro.
Oh, meron
Yeah,
pa.
someone
Like again, di ba?
Yeah?
CDO just for the summer.
I have coming from Negros and from Davao.
Just to play the
Intense.
summer, yeah. And it's
Okay.
nice to see the whole
Yeah.
Philippines, you know.
Yeah.
So why? I don't understand. You know, if you can give me or give us on this show, on Hands On, black and white, a reason why that ruling is there,
Yeah.
good reason, huh? A valid reason, they will bring it out.
Yeah, and we'll admit if we're wrong, if it sucks, if you know whatever.
If we're
it is that
wrong, we're
saying.
wrong. Okay, but I think we're not wrong.
Just the way that it looks right now.
It's
But I agree-
just developmental,
I
guys.
agree with Mike. I think, it's not something that you see in basketball, There's not a club system in basketball. In football, there is. From under nines to all the way through to until the seniors, you can be taken care of by a single club.
No, there is basketball,
Yeah,
but not here in the Philippines.
Right, not here.
In Europe,
Right,
the
not here
States.
in the Philippines.
Yes.
So that's the issue, So they need to understand that's the situation with some of these football clubs.
It's actually this topic really pisses me off because number one, we don't even have to discuss it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in sports since I didn't even know how to. Anyway, what did I do?
Why you gotta make it like that?
What?
It's such a wholesome show.
Yeah, my hands
Such a
are
wholesome
moving.
Yeah.
Shut up. Only my friends would know what I was doing. And the LaSalle brothers. Anyway, what? See, you lost me already. What are you saying?
Development.
Young, you were young, sports.
Yeah,
Sports.
Before you were even old enough to,
Yeah, I was already in sports.
Yeah.
And sports I forgot the term, but no kid should be deprived of playing a sport. Regardless of what. Nobody owns anyone here. Okay? If I'm a dad. It's a good thing my kids are all tapos na. Okay? I mean, those who are playing. But if my kid was playing in NCAA school, and then he will not be allowed, or she will not be allowed, to play for the main athletic league, let's say like UAP or NCAA. Because for sure, me as a former player and a football enthusiast would have pushed my children to play more.
Yeah.
For besides the school, continue training. Because I want them to be the best that they can be. Then to be told that my son or my daughter cannot play because they played for a club instead of just a school, oh man, you're gonna hear it from me.
What are the chances? What are the chances that you get physical?
No, I won't be physical.
Okay, good.
I'm only physical when I'm fooling around.
Yeah. Just
But no. I would like for the parents who are watching the show now. Don't be at the back. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
to voice your opinion.
You need to voice out, and
Yeah.
you need to fight for the right of your children to be able to play.
The right to play.
The right to-
It's about coach.
No kid should be deprived of playing. There are already so many street children, they're hungry and all that. No homes, no shop, no nothing. Here you are with kids that have that advantage of playing a sport that they love, and you're gonna stop them? I'm not going overboard here, folks. Think about it.
Yeah.
Children are children. Children are supposed to have fun. Playing a certain sport, regardless if it's football, basketball, badminton, whatever, you're not supposed to deprive them of that. It's like children are not supposed to be deprived of food. We're humans. So sport is part of their lives.
Yeah. Well said.
Why should you be only playing for the NCAA? Come on.
I think this wraps up the rundown. A little longer than usual.
I'm pissed off.
We're going to give Coach Hans a chance to cool down just a little bit. We're going to cut for a short commercial break, and we'll be right back talking about Team Socceroo and the Reyes brothers. All right?
Oh, the rest are pala. Ay, nako.
Hi. They say nothing in this world is free, and for the most part, that's true. But here at NMF Network, all shows are indeed 100% free. And as an added feature, you have the option to subscribe to all your favorite programs, also at no charge. Why should you subscribe? By subscribing, you no longer have the hassle of delays when you stream the program. You also don't need to keep checking our site to see if your favorite programs are up because they'll automatically be uploaded to your device as soon as it's available. Here's how to do it. First, open iTunes. Your next step, hit the iTunes Store button. A search bar should open up as soon as you do that. Type New Media Factory in the search bar and all your shows should open. Pick the show you like or all the shows you like. And once that opens, hit the subscribe button. And that's it, you're in. All shows will now be automatically downloaded to your device.
Two girls, one cup. I heard there was this video going around on the internet some years ago. Because we're two girls, me and Nicole, and a cup where we get all our topics from the cup. It's not lustful. The show is about shoes, bags, friends, girlfriends, gossip, current events, everyday life. I don't know. Dick's on my head, apparently. And the dick on Nicole's head. We got a segment called Let's Be Honest. Would you do whoever? Would you do Max Eigenmans? I would. Cis code, because there's a bro code, but there's no written cis code. Truth or dare, kupal people, bullshit. We share pussy. Not really. Two girls, one cup. You should watch the show.
Tell me, what is football for you?
Wow. Football, that's my livelihood. That's my life. My life revolves around sport. That's it. I mean, everything is there. If it's not football, it's nothing else.
All right, guys, on the show, Paulus, Mike, and Nich Reyes of Team Socceroo, newly promoted club from the second division. They completely swept the second tier last year, went 16-0.
Let me correct you now. Swept.
All right.
Thank you. 1-1.
All right, let me just shake my head for a moment. Sorry about that. Swept the second division last year. 16-0 they went. They've moved up to the first division now. It's proven a little bit more difficult perhaps than what you guys had initially anticipated. But welcome to the show, guys. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Kanina pa nagsasalita mga to, ngayon mo lang welcome. Isang oras na tayo eh.
It's a second welcome, you know.
Thank you, Jing.
Yeah, try to make you feel comfortable.
Coach Hans. Thank you, Jing.
Team Socceroo's got a great story, you know, the history of it all. Last year, when you guys were crowned champions, unfortunately there was that incident with Wool. But it was such an inspiring story to see that, you know, a group of brothers.
Tell them first who Wool is.
Wool Reyes. Actually, I'll have you guys tell the story. But like, you know, the success story of last year was a great story to talk about. Tell us about how you guys started and, you know, Wool and his part in Team Socceroo.
Well, Wool is Wool is the founder of one of the main founders of the club, and he's our eldest brother.
He's the
eldest brother, and he sort of set the tone for our football club. And he had a vision of having a complete football club and developing football in the Philippines. You know, starting with the grassroots, no shortcuts, getting to the UFL, and he had a philosophy of playing with full hearts, 100%.
Plena Spectre.
This is our motto. And,
club motto.
And he passed away March 18, 2013.
It's going to be a year.
Yeah, almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year.
At a very young age. I mean,
At 34 years old.
I remember Wool was a player of Coach Hans, and I think there was a time that if he was gonna play with either Coach Hans or South Jata or something like that. So I remember I was still young then, and I remember Wool and my dad would
I was young also at the time.
discuss about that incident. Anyway, Wool was passed away 34 years old last year, and aneurysm, so brain aneurysm, and it was a very sudden loss, especially at the time when the club needed him the most. It was a time when
Everything was exciting.
it's exciting. We had the UFL coming along. We had the grassroots coming along. We have the FC Barcelona camp coming along. So
But he set it up, and right now we have to
Continue
carry on.
the
That's
legacy.
the. It's
You gotta carry on his legacy, yeah.
Yeah, so we're
It's a
not
lot of work.
stopping.
It's a lot of work, but we're slowly.
Yeah, kasi pag hindi niya tinuloy yan, mumulting ko yung Wool lang yan.
So yeah.
Tandaan mo, Wool knows where you guys live.
But you guys used it as inspiration last year. Even the players that weren't related to Wool. I mean, obviously,
Yes.
you guys really banded together. It seemed like you guys got
Yeah.
stronger as the year went on.
And if I may add, right now, the season right now is dedicated to for Wool, and right before every game we shout Wool, Wool, Wool. So that's how we remember him, and that's what we're offering each game, every training session for our brother.
So you guys have developed your grassroots. How many age groups do you guys have at the moment?
Our camps are composed of ages 3 until 14 years old.
Wow.
So as Mike and Paulus mentioned,
this is for the grassroots, more developmental.
Yeah.
the grassroots
So-
and then the youth teams, and then we're developing a Team Socceroo senior B team,
Wow.
and then the first team, and then slowly the women's team eventually.
That's
once
the way
we-
it's supposed to be. That's the way it should be. I think a lot of the UFL members are, I think even more than 50% are already doing this. That makes the pie bigger. NCAA Mancom, listen. It makes the pie bigger and bigger. The bigger the pie, the more people to feed.
Exactly.
Okay? So, if Team Soccer is doing this, I mean, I know they've done that they started that even before they reached the first division.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so it's a program. Doesn't matter who you are, where where you stand. If you believe in a program, especially if it's youth developmental, and then coming from grassroots, do it. Continue doing it. Everybody else will do it. Imagine 21 teams in the UFL does it.
Man.
That's
You see the
That's
population. You see, domino effect lang yan.
Wow.
Then the schools,
Correct,
a lot of the schools have that already. Southridge, Sobel, Ateneo, Xavier, name it. A lot of schools have it already.
Right.
So, then again, I ask you why stop them from anyway.
It's like you already have the schools, then you multiply it by 21.
Yeah,
You have 21 clubs in the UFL. If they're all doing
21 clubs.
it. Plus, meron pa yung mga iba.
From one club, you count from the
under
3,
6,
4, under
each
6, under 8, under
each
10,
bracket,
under
yeah.
12. How many thousands of players will the can the UFL
Exactly.
develop?
Just last year, I mean, let's say we're almost 1,500 kids from the UFL youth. This year, there's been about a 52% increase. That's 1 year alone. That just goes to show the people are interested.
And it's a shame that sometimes some clubs have to turn down some of these kids. So these kids will just go. And you know, what's interesting, it's sad at the same time, it's a joyful thing. Kids that are late coming into the club tryouts, you'll see them play in another club. That just shows you one thing. These kids don't care where they play.
They just want to
They
play.
just want to play.
They just want to play.
They just want to play.
But, all right, Team Socceroo,
Tama.
you guys have been together how many years now?
Since 2005. So it's
2005.
been almost 10 years now.
Wow.
Tagal na yan.
Tagal na rin.
Started out playing football tournaments,
Yeah.
and then when the time when football wasn't really growing, and then shift to
The
futsal.
dark ages.
And futsal kami, I remember coach, nagkaroon ng
yeah.
shift ng mga tao, futsal, and then we went back to football, 7-a-side matches, very amateur. We bring our friends, our alumni teammates, the varsity,
We'll
at
like,
Southridge.
Will and us brothers like to gather people and
Right.
form team.
Right,
team.
right.
Yeah.
For generations ang Southridge yan. I mean,
groups.
not too far from each other, but nevertheless, apat sila magkakapatid from one school. So imagine, team ni Paulus, team ni Mike, team ni Nich, team ni Wool.
Madali makabunan.
Di ba, dami nun. Dami nun. Yun pa lang sa apat na magkapatid, pwede ka naman tayo ng club eh. Buong-buo na. You have more than 40 players na yun, so sigurado.
That's what happened.
Some siyempre younger than the rest.
That's what's happening.
That's what happened now.
Oh, that's
We have Enzo Pinga, Anton Amistoso, mga Southridge background.
Southridge boys,
They somewhat come together again, even if they went to Coach Hans's teams before or Ateneo. They come home. They sense that there's still a loyalty that can be brought back, you know. And we see ourselves as like a Southridge alumni club. Although that at this point that there's a huge demand for higher level of play, and you know, others have go to professional direction, ibang work or employed or businessman. So some still have the passion to continue and play at the top level. So first division, we have a couple of local homegrown players. So we're happy about that. Paulus is in the starting 11, Anton, Enzo are in the starting 11. So it says a lot about being together. So and we wish more of the program come along.
You know, what these brothers are doing, I'd like to say a lot of the alumni, schools, are turning to the clubs. The alumni.
Right.
I know of LaSalle. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And these are a bunch from 11-year-olds till 60 plus.
Yeah.
Mga classmates ko dati, mga 60 plus na. Ako, bata pa ako noon eh. Ateneo have their league.
AFL.
Ateneo
That's
Football
one
League.
of Relly, Rick, Agustin, Rick Olivares, Jeringo, and all that. Just 3 generations also of Ateneans. Xavier has Miguel David. It has started before, but Ge is the one now still pushing for it, you know, promoting the alumni. And guess what? In Xavier, you go on Sundays to go to Xavier, you will see 70 plus, 65-year-old plus playing.
Yeah.
And they're in better shape than I am. No, really. Surprisingly, you know, you see, nakakatuwa talaga. They never lost the love for the sport.
The awesome thing is when you play somebody of that age, right? 50-50 ball, you guys gonna go shoulder to shoulder. I'm like, take it easy, you know?
No, you'll be surprised.
Dude, this guy is coming at me, dude. He's gonna hit me.
Titigas mga buto mga yun.
Oh, it's like that, Pops. I was like, alright.
Ganda tanda pero titigas mga buto.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lot. UST also.
UST meron din.
UST also meron rin.
That's good.
Lourdes, I think they have also, but you know, scattered. But a lot. I mean, I know for a fact from LaSalle Sobel and LaSalle Taft, there are a lot of the players, my former players, that are still playing. And these guys are already 40 plus. So the interest is there. Let's not kill them, you know? NCAA, let the kids play. So let them, that's when they reach 70, 75, they're still playing football. But if you're going to kill the interest, patay in football. Anyway, going back. The thing there, it has to start somewhere. So with Southridge, I can say Southridge, if Southridge doesn't give you, brothers, family Reyes, an award for something that you did, I will go to Southridge myself. I'll tell them. But not yet. Wala pa kayong puting buhok eh. Si Will dapat mauna eh. Wala na, nauna na eh. Okay? Pero what I'm saying is, schools should be thankful to the alumni for keeping the spirit up of the sport, playing. I mean, maybe there are other sports as well. But football, I think, is done by alumni that is most organized. It's organized. Kasi yung basketball, pika-pika game.
Yeah.
Alumni liga. Okay, fine, no problem. Pero yung football, organized talaga. Yung AFL nga sa atin yun, iba-ibang age group, pero
Organized.
uniforms, everything. I mean, and you can see they're having fun. Laban talaga. Yung kasal, laban rin. Pero after that, may mga beer and all that. Masaya.
After, Yossi.
Yung atinista kasi, nakatago. After, na sumisimple lang. Tapos na who cares? You know? Kasi, ang USC hindi pwede kasi nasa loob. Pero USC, right after the gate.
Sa labas.
Sa labas lang. Tabi-tabi lang. Diyan na. Aminin. Okay. UP. Pachanga from John, alumnus.
Yes.
Exactly.
Pachanga is UP.
Yeah.
Cimarron, UP. So, ang dami. You know? So, we cannot get wrong. We cannot get wrong. We cannot be wrong. It should only be bigger and better. So, with the Reyes brothers here that they will do it continuously, lalaki pa yan. You know what I want to see? That all of us that are in clubs have our own club houses with our own fields, complete with a kiosk, complete with showers for 2
Yes.
days.
Yun.
Yun ang gusto ko.
Yeah.
You know why?
Home.
When we have that, every club will have their own home field with stadiums, with seats, bleachers, whatever. Then we can clearly say we are there. We are there already.
Yeah.
You know, we are there. Palitan natin yung mga ibang basketball courts. Tanggalin, sirain, gawin football.
Is that the vision for Team Socceroo?
Definitely.
Well, part of the vision is to develop sport, not just on our, we're very involved with the grassroots talaga, grassroots. We know that kami, we're just a symbol already. Pero yung next generation is actually, yun talaga yung mag-reap ng rewards of a hard labor. Paulus is actually doing the Ambassadors Cup. Are you familiar with the Ambassadors Cup?
Well,
So,
Team Socceroo is we have grassroots, we have the youth, we have the men's team, and of course, that's our club. But again, we cannot just stop within our club, but we have to promote football, and we are also alumni of University of Asia and the Pacific, that has taken a big interest in promoting football. Right now, they are taking the lead in developing a Philippine roadmap led by Dr. Bernardo Villegas, who is also the National League Task Force chairman. So, and a part of a project of that of the university is having an Ambassadors Cup, which is to promote football via futsal. Or street football. Because why? That's the best way to reach out to more kids.
Right.
Because the infrastructures we have right now are for futsal, for street football. And actually, another point would be it's the best way to develop highly technical players.
Yeah, true.
You have that in South America.
Yeah.
So actually,
embassies.
so the everything is there already. The infrastructure, the players. It's just really now the support, and we're getting the support. With the help of right now we have about 12 to 13 embassies who are committed to adopt different communities around Metro Manila and hopefully even around within the Philippines. So they're gonna adopt these communities and be there during training sessions, field trips in UFL games. So imagine this is 11 times maybe we have about 2 teams for each community, but in the training sessions there'll be more.
Right.
But we will be reaching about maybe 300 plus kids just this summer, teaching football. So it's going to be a ripple effect. But what's good here is that we have the help of these embassies, ambassadors actually. That's why. So this is something that is, I haven't seen this outside, but this is where we can tap into the resources of the different embassies. And right now, I think even UK has this project with the U11 boys. So, and we have Mexico. So the embassies we have Argentina, Brazil.
It's going to be like a mini World Cup. It's going to be ambassador of UK, ambassador of Canada, ambassador of South Africa. They adopt communities, and then before the World Cup, there's
so big culminating cup, Ambassadors Cup futsal.
Awesome.
So we have Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Mexico, Canada, US, UK, South Africa, Nigeria, all these, South Korea. So it's of course the Philippines will have the Philippine team.
Scouting network na rin.
It's nice, and the best players will be coming from here.
Yeah.
What I want to share also is yung part of that is the values formation. Our football club, Team Socceroo, is just to share what we also do, apart from training technical and giving the love for the sport, giving the interest, joining tournaments, is our background of Southridge and UNP. We got to have the privilege to have personal formation and character formation. And we want, in football, that we want to teach values in football and values formation through the sport. And I think one of the best ways to transfer values and formation is sports. Hello NCAA, if you want to say that, coach.
Yeah.
You can hear it. You heard it.
So yeah, that initiative.
And yun, so with the Ambassadors Cup and our grassroots program, gusto namin inject yung values formation. We want to have, because the reality is not everyone will be a UFL player, not everyone will be a Lasallian player, not everyone will play in the UAAP, but these
UFL.
people will become chairman of the board of this community, a politician, a doctor, a board member of the NCAA.
You have to say politician first, huh?
A politician. So you make
They can
better,
make a-
good person.
they can
So
make a-
that's the direction of the club and the direction of what we want with the
Just
grassroots.
make a difference.
PFF is also involved with this one, so which is good. PFF will be handling, giving the technical and the chosen community coaches will have the. So it's like a Kasibulan coach. It's like a Kasibulan setup also.
Supported by the.
So
No,
it's
this is good. This is good what you guys are doing because different sectors of Metro Manila also assisting. And what I like there is the value formation, as Mike said. Because, remember we always discussed this also before, kaya nakakasuntukan sa field kasi hindi alam anong laro ng sport eh. Kasi konting bangga lang, pikon na kagad. Pero kung alam nyo na yung sport, what the sport is, funny, people don't understand. Some people don't know football say, how can football be called a gentleman's sport?
If it's
nagbabalatan. Folks, ito. Kung wala dito sa utak nyo, talagang magiging squatang ang laro nyo. Okay? Patayan lang ang patayan. Kaya nga, football is the only sport that has fair play.
Yeah.
Okay? You see the posts that I put, once I share? Napupuyat ako dyan dahil pinapanood ko lang mga ganyan eh. Sarap eh. Yung sportsmanship. Like I said, my idols Puyol, Oliver Kahn, and the dad of his paraplegic kid who just the Ironman
The one who
triathlon. Yes.
yung pushing the whole stick.
Come on, this guy's 60 plus.
That's
He carries his son all the time. His son's about 20 plus already. But paraplegic. I mean, these are my heroes. This is the sport, like in football. Ang sarap tignan eh. That's why the value formation there is not, what Mike's saying maybe is not just yung value formation of being a gentleman, being a lady. It's also knowing how to respect your opponent. When you do that, camaraderie with the team, and kids, that's the important thing with the grassroots. That's where you start teaching them camaraderie, respect for your teammates, respect for your opponents. Once you have these values, you'll enjoy the game more.
correct.
You'll enjoy the work. And at the same time, when you know these things, you also know how to protect yourself better.
Yeah. I mean, we only have to look as far as, what's his name? Chino. The first astronaut of the Philippines. Chino Roque.
Yeah.
He was on the show and he was looking at me and telling me as sincerely as he could possibly tell me that, dude, this wouldn't have happened if I didn't train with Coach Hans for how many years? Because it's like, make my life difficult, working hard with a group of people, and he said he never had any animosity in training camp with the other astronauts, even if it was a competition, because he's so used to training and helping each other reach a different level, and that's the type of stuff that you only learn if you go and involve yourself in stuff.
Another thing that, in this show, we're also trying to educate those who don't know the sport too much. So what Jing just said earlier was, people when they watch, you are watching games. I see you sometimes a lot of games every week. You're watching games, but you don't really understand kasi nag-aaway na yung magkasama.
Teammates.
Teammates. Hindi ho. Intensity lang kasi yun. Passion yun. Pag kami ni Jing yung teammate, okay, we're playing. Jing doesn't pass the ball to me. I can say, ina mo Jing, dito na, libre na ako gan. Akala ba ninyo, pagdating sa locker room, suntukan na kami? Hindi. It's there, it's a passion. When you start with the kids, they will learn that eh. Okay? Wag lang sirain yung mga parents. Please parents, like I say again, I'll tell you again, let the kids play. Let them play and you just support them, give them their shoes, uniform, like that. Don't get into fight with other parents. 12-year-olds, they don't know how to hurt each other unless you teach them. Right?
Yes.
If you teach a 10-year-old, bawin mo yan, suntukin mo yan, sipain mo yan. Siyempre, ganun talagang lalawas ang player na yan. But if you teach it's not only the coaches, in the grassroots, important dyan parents.
Parents as well.
Okay, parents, you're the first idols of your children. You are the first idols. Mother, father, doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter here. In sport, there's no freaking gender. Okay? If you teach your son or your daughter, sipahin mo yan, bawin mo. Bakit? 12-year-olds ba may nananadya? If you teach them that, yes. when they get to, let's say, if they get to the UFL, for sure,
That's how they play.
that player will get the Fair Play Award. Most red cards. Okay? So,
Dapat may tawag din eh. Ronel Hiner Award. Ronel Hiner Award yan eh.
I don't want to say it, but you did.
Dude, man, I don't know. I try to hold my tongue about the way that guy plays, but it's like, dude, every week the guy's like hunting for a red card.
He just wants to get, he's a warrior, not a player. Kulang na lang yung spear, yung shield.
Pang army talaga.
Grabe.
Tell me about Team Socceroo, the name.
Yeah, where did you get Socceroo?
Yeah.
It was Socceroo first, no? Socceroo lang. Wala nang team, or was it? Alam ko, if I remember right, you
Let's go, tama ka, naalala mo.
Well, how do you share it?
There's two stories.
Willis.
Two stories to it. There are two stories
One
to
is
it.
Willis also, he's a
Australian?
businessman.
Kala ko siguro Australian. Socceroo Australian.
He's a businessman who, an entrepreneur. He has a lot of, he do different businesses, and then, and he loves football. So he started out with these Socceroo cookies. So
Baked to perfection by a
soccer player.
Selling it to ladies and college friends.
Mga anak talaga yung kuya niya.
We're relaunching that.
It was sustain the club kasi he was joining tournaments.
So you would
May registration fee, may
Where did
uniform.
the Socceroo name come from?
Yeah, from there,
Soccer.
he had a brand.
Baked by a soccer player. So
A cookie.
cookies.
Socceroo cookies.
Okay.
And then he found out after na lang na, may Australian team na,
We can share
So
a jersey.
it was too late na, nandun na, nakaprint na mga nakaprint na sa jersey.
But pare, I'll tell you, a lot of successful things, entities, what have you, names, brands, band names, come up sometimes by accident.
Yeah.
It just says, it just sounds right.
Yeah.
No, it just sounds right.
Hands on.
Sounds right.
Sounds right?
Sounds right.
Sounds right. That's a nice story. People don't know that. That's why.
And then with the
May isa pang
soccer,
story.
SNR, the soccer, it's we came from
Soccer
Southridge, so it's also
Roo. So may
the home of
Pero top secret yun.
Tapos sige to
Pero
sinabi
yung
natin.
Uru, hindi galing sa ulul. Mga ulul kayo nung Southridge kayo. Okay, so...
Wool.
Si Wool. Okay, tama, si Wool.
But we have the jersey. There's still a cookie here. Maybe we can share. We'll share it in our Facebook.
Sige, do it.
Just to show that it's
Post it on our page.
Yeah,
We have already a
will.
page there.
Because that's for the future museum, no? As a club grows bigger, but that's how it started.
and slowly became more
and
professional.
So now we had to take out the cookie, and then eventually.
Professionalize. Now it's TSFC. TSFC, so may shortcut na siya for, let's say, marketing.
It's too long sometimes.
Yeah.
But
It's good. It's a good. We know that it can still evolve. It can still probably evolve to something like yung mga clubs before in Europe. Hindi naman name nila before. Madrid was a different name before in 1900s. So evolved siya, but
I love how
it's
you guys.
gonna be part of the history.
I love how you guys are looking at it in that perspective already. This shit's gonna end up in the the museum or whatever that's a
No, that's their foresight. They have the foresight
that's a
already.
mindset that's different from a lot of these people. They look maybe 2 steps ahead. You guys are looking 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Eventually, this is what it's gonna be. I mean,
Kaya.
that
You're the longest club here. Take it from them.
that means that you guys, the ambition is huge. But you guys, but what do you guys do for a living? I mean,
we're full time on this
Full-time
one.
on
We're full time
football,
on this
so
one.
great.
And we manage our family business. We have under the Royal Caribbean RCJP, Jamaican Patties.
yeah.
So we have that.
Royal
Proud sponsor. Proud sponsor
of Team Soccer.
Pero yung Jamaican party nila, walang mix sa loob. Pakati talaga. Walang heroin, walang natikman ko na yun.
Masarap.
Ikaw pala, nagdala tayo dito.
Send some
Oh yeah, man, we
Maybe next
love
time.
some.
And then we also have the company Sports Brothers, so it handles the FC Barcelona projects we have.
Right.
And it handles also Team Soccer.
Well, definitely we should.
And some of the UFL goals came from us. So we also do some on the side.
So it's really
sports
football
business.
now. It's
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to do, guys? And this I think would be good. All our guests that have come from clubs, they put up their history in our page, so you guys will know. They'll be known more.
Yeah.
One more.
Because guys, the people that how do you say like our page in Facebook. Not only here in the Philippines, meron na sa Europe, sa States,
It's a good following.
other Asian countries. There's a lot of people there watching. I just want to magyabang. I told Ange, first time, I said, Ange, before 12 o'clock, we will reach more than 100. What time did you text me? Mga 10:30. Coach, 100.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. Yeah, I haven't even had the chance to really promote it as much, but yeah, man. That
Yeah, because I
hands-on-
invited everybody in my friends list. I said, they know, if they don't like it,
Yeah,
I'm going after them. No, but that's a good idea. I'd like to do that on hands-on the UFL clubs. Not even just UFL.
Yeah.
Any club.
Group football
Any
group.
program, football, anything.
Kahit-
You want to promote your program, okay? Football lang, please. Football lang.
Makes
Jack Stone.
Okay? Put it on our page. So a lot more people, that makes the family of hands-on bigger also.
Yeah, man, it's cool. I mean, there's been quite a few people and sensible things that they've been talking about as well. Which is fun. We like a bit of banter in there as well. If you guys want to joke around, whatever, it's cool stuff, man. Also, I wanted to ask, you guys have a nice connection with Barcelona.
Yeah.
How'd you get there?
Yeah,
Top secret.
that's pretty cool. You guys are bringing in and you guys hold a few clinics. You guys have done two already.
Before we forget, I'm large, he's medium. European size, huh?
Small,
Put
small.
Puyol ba?
We'll bring
Puyol.
Dude, it's gotta be Iniesta then.
Puyol. You know you bring Puyol here?
He's-
Puta.
He's retired
Don't just
now.
let him come and go to the field. Let him talk.
Hands-on.
Hands-on.
Where?
Reserved
2 hours, 3 hours.
Sige, I will take it.
Spanish.
Where Hands-On is the only football talk show that the guests are relaxed and to talk about anything.
Yes.
Every guest has said that,
Yeah, it's true, man.
including Thomas Dool. Chiefy had so many shows, they're saying, Coach, ang sarap dito pala yung show niyo. Kasi you can sit down any which way you want.
Yeah.
Gusto yung magubad kayo. And, you things, and you talk, just talk and talk and talk. Because here, we don't have a script.
But it's just a conversation,
This is not a script. This is what we're...
Notes. Just subject matter.
Subject matter. But you see, the questions here, we don't think about it. I never. You think, on my way here or the day before, I'm thinking, what will I ask Nich? What will I ask Paulus? Screw that, Konyo. We will come here. When we see each other, outside in the
It's
MP
like-
or whatever, that's the same.
Exactly.
Because that way, we don't want any politically correct answers here in the show. We want it straight from the heart.
Straight from the heart.
Not from the head, from the heart. Because so the people here will know, people who love football, football enthusiasts, football fans and everything, will feel football more. Okay? That's why, you'll be surprised. A lot of people are telling me, Coach, when are you going to invite
Straight
me?
from the heart. That's why.
How cool is this?
Oy, may sticker na ako para sa new mo. Thank you.
That's a
Getting
Planispectus
motorcycle.
Planispectus.
logo.
Oh, these are cool.
From the
huh?
heart.
That's when
Thanks, man.
For sure, I'm going to put this on my bike.
Yun.
Siyempre,
Laptop.
under
This is going on my
Archers.
laptop.
I want to share kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng Planispectus.
Yeah. Grab one.
Yeah.
This one.
Is one. Planispectus. Quote ko lang si Gwul when he
Yeah.
said is 2 words, they mean full heart, 100%. If you put your heart to anything, everything follows. Because we believe more, you see more, and people see that as well, and they get inspired. So we share this with our football players, our grassroots, and they get inspired. And they on and off the pitch,
Like
yun
what
yung
you guys are
idea.
doing.
It's
So like hands-on, you go off the pitch as well, on in the pitch. So, and true enough, it snowballs to something else. So,
Domino effect. Like snowball.
People get
talaga.
inspired, yeah.
Lalaki
Exactly.
yan.
Yeah.
No other way. Pero that's another thing. Snowball coming down, that's pababa na pababa.
Walang snowball ng pataas.
Mahirap yung
snow up.
They play this thing that's Latin.
That's Latin.
Yes.
Is that you guys or is that coming from Southridge?
It's
It's coined by
by wool.
By Wool. What he
but
learned,
in-
what got stuck in his head during his Latin classes.
Yes, in South
Actually, it's
I'm smart ba?
different.
Is it?
It's supposed to be
well,
100%.
the word full heart.
Caritas
It's actually full breast. Actually, that's what it means.
full chest. No,
Full
chest.
chest.
Chest
meaning
is
outside.
But
Talk
full.
show to. No talk
Full
about
breast. Full breast. Okay yun.
We're not
Okay
talking about
yan.
chest here.
So going out the.
But the thing is,
chest.
if it's full heart, you go
All out.
more all out. You go
exactly.
100% more. It's,
You
it's
go
outside.
the strength beyond the
It's more than
capacity.
just your heart.
So,
So it's full chest. It's
Yeah, yeah.
100%. So it's Planispectus.
Like it's the same thing like when you put your best foot forward.
Yes.
When you put your best foot forward, you're putting your best out.
Investing, exactly.
So yeah, that's our motto. That's our club.
You know, that's good, you know. But I'll tell you one thing, sorry, because decades ago, and I'm talking about decades, the club that we had, Real Juventud. Real Juventud, we had a friend, it's barkadaan lang to eh.
Barkada.
Puro Lasalista at Atinista.
Okay.
But we all got together when we all ended up in UP. And we put up this club.
Real Juventud.
Yeah. We had a barkada who would play, he's half Italian, Mike Lazo. His mama was Italian. He was on who coined the name Real Juventud. You know why? We were the Royal
Of the
Juventud's youth.
youth.
The Royal Youth.
We were the Royal. Real kami, yung mga matatanda. Then we had younger players. We formed the club. I forgot our sponsor was those big contractors, those big machineries.
Cats.
No, hindi pa uso cat. IH International Harvest.
Showing your age.
I think,
Showing
yeah.
your age.
Everybody knows I'm 45. I'm not hiding my age. 45, so what? Anyway, we have in our badge FTLOF, which is coined by the late Chris Monfort. FTLOF.
What is that?
Until now, for the love of football.
That's nice.
It was coined by Chris Monfort. That guy's more athlete than me in football. Okay? So, we started, barkada lang yan eh. Over bottles of beer. Okay? Because there was a lull before. Believe it or not, 2 years there was no football activity at all. In Metro Manila. None. So we banded together. Barkadahan, inum, laro, inum. Doesn't matter which comes first. As long as the football's there and the beer is there, we're happy. Okay? So, ganun. Barkadahan lang, tapos for the love of football lang. So, yung logo namin, FTLOF. And, until now, members there, George Felix, Noel Season, myself, Mike Villadolid. Actually, Mike was new. The originals. Rudy was there, but Rudy's use pa namin yun. Okay? So, ganyan katagal.
You should start that again. You should start that again. The Real Juventud.
Hindi na kami royal. So, pantanda na kami.
I like that. You know, the teams with a proper motto, a proper personality.
Exactly.
It's nice because like I've had a chance to meet all the clubs, and you know that's one of the ways for you to be able to promote yourself. That's what we were looking at in a marketing standpoint. It's like we have to be able to identify with your team, right? And some clubs they just focus on we want to win games and we want to do this, we want to do that, and there's no like no value system or no.
It has to stand for something.
Yeah, so it's nice, that you guys have this. Plenis Pectus. Pleasure having you guys on the show, man. I mean, we're running out of time as of the moment, but it's nice to be able to get to know Team Socceroo.
When we get our 2-hour show, all our guest previews will come back. So there's 2 more hours to talk about.
Yeah, I think we have a lot to share.
Do you want to answer the Barcelona?
Oh yeah, that's right. Barcelona. You guys have.
Or we can have it on the next 2 hours.
Do we know if you guys are having another one soon? Next year maybe, or
we're exploring.
We're exploring on the Visayas.
We're bringing a Barcelona group, hopefully
talent.
a Barcelona contingent here, Philippine contingent to Barcelona to train there. So they want Filipinos to train there.
But
Nick, you don't have to look if there's talent there. There is talent.
There's talent.
All over the country, man.
Exactly.
I'm telling you. Look at FU. Look at the recruits.
All from
Compostela back. You never heard of.
Yeah.
But look at these guys. Look at these guys in FU. These kids from FU. I love these guys. I mean, they use football as a chance to get better education. Now they're earning also those who are playing the UFL.
Yeah.
I mean, football is football that can help everybody. It bridges gaps.
Correct.
Before kasi meron
Equalizer.
talaga eh. Pag sinabi mong Lasal against Tondo, 6 studs. Bare feet. Now it's... Yeah, because everybody's helping everybody now. And for those others who are in need, okay, for the less fortunate clubs, I praise you guys, the heads, the leaders. But guys, don't push your luck too much of asking. Okay, if you want to ask, do it in a different way. I'm teaching you lang. I'm saying don't do it. Kasi nakaka-turn off minsan pag dumiretso lang kayo sa tao. Katulad, because I help a lot. I don't have to announce it. I don't have to announce it. I help a lot. Different groups. The needy. I'm not going to help teams like Socceroo. You have more money than I do. So I will help, from different... But don't push it, guys. Kasi nakaka-turn off eh. Pag pinitulak nyo na, Coach Hans, pwede mo akong ganito. Yung mga iba nga eh, parang demanding na eh. Okay? Wag naman. People will help when they can help. If they can help. Okay? So, and there are a lot more groups here in the Philippines, even here in Metro Manila alone, that need a lot of help in terms of balls, equipment, shoes, like that. Guys, it'll come. Tuloy nyo lang yung ginagawa nyo. Yung mga heads dyan, yung mga those pushing. Okay? Kung kaya nila Roy Moore, sila Julius, and what's his name from Tondo? Galeros.
Peter Amores.
No, not Peter, no. The one that came out. They had 2 shows already. Yung maalala mo, MMK and one more about football guys. Still alive.
Cool.
Julius, a very young guy from Leverisa. Okay, you have the park in front of Melizzo. That's where they play.
Nice.
And then the guys from Tondo. Which Dennis.
Balbin.
But that's thanks to also to Peter Amores.
Yeah.
Peter Amores, San Agustin graduate, went to LaSalle, Taft, lives in Dasmariñas village. He went to Tondo and lived there for I don't know how long, just to be with these gangs, these kids, to teach them football. But he coined it himself, football kalye. So, there are a lot of people doing a lot of stuff for football. Thank you to the Reyes brothers.
Thank
from
you.
The Bishop of Wool, J. Manong Wool. Tell them to pray for us.
It was a pleasure. It's nice that I was able to actually meet him.
Thank you, hands-on.
Be able to play. I used to play with Wool in Magallanes.
Yeah.
And Mike as well. So
Yeah, me too. I used to play.
anything that you guys can want to plug? Twitter account?
Yeah,
Team Socceroo?
Our summer camps.
For those who want to, learn the game, enjoy. This summer, we have our summer camps. Just visit our website, www.teamsocceroo.com.
Facebook page, Team Socceroo.
Like us, follow us, Twitter. And
Put it up also in hands-on page.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'd love to share it. So thanks a lot, Paulus.
We want to fill up our Facebook page with people will drown with football news. That's
Hey man, thanks a lot, Paulus, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys coming on.
Hands-on.
Hopefully you guys can cop some of these stickers as well of Team Socceroo. You guys can now get. I'm doing this without my glasses, so forgive me if I say anything wrong. Dude, I'm so fucking blind. I can't believe it. I'm too young for this. You can now get the iPad Mini. You can now get the iPad Mini with Retina display and iPod Air on installment basis at Beyond the Box Studio. Beyond the Box. Just check out the Beyond the Box on Twitter at Beyond the Box PH or go to Beyond the Box at 1 Rockwell Makati. All right, thanks a lot, Beyond the Box Studios, for allowing us to do this. New Media Factory, the best, allowing us to do this for our second season. We'll see you guys for the next show. Next week we have.
Thomas Roy, hey, we got Hey, before we end up, I just want to say good luck to the DLSU Lady Spikers.
Yeah.
We'll get them tomorrow.
Oh, hey.
And at the same time, good luck also to the Ateneo Blue Eagle, how do you call the team? The team of Ateneo Women's Volleyball.
Yung mga yun. Today is March 11. I don't know when you guys will be listening to this because you guys can download it on your iPods. Happy birthday to Santi Araneta. Chairman of UFL.
Happy birthday.
Hey man, thanks a lot for doing this, for giving the effort to making the UFL happen and all of that, and all the efforts to make Philippine football, what it is today. So happy birthday. Hope you're enjoying yourself. That's it for us. Coach Hans and myself, Jing. We'll see you guys next
Games
week.
today.
We have
First game.
Loyola versus Pasagad.
Loyola versus Pasagad, 7:30. Kaya versus United.
That's right. Should be a fun one. I'm going to be calling that second game, so it should be good, huh?
That's on TV.
Yeah.
That's live. The game is live.
Yeah, on TV.
Are we live? No.
No.
Tonight.
Yeah. Well, you guys. We'll talk
After
about
the
the
games.
The next
After
time.
the games, because when our show is strong, no one's gonna watch the UFL games.
See you guys.
Relax. Take it easy.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.